We're going to the dark side with spooky spirits you can pour before heading door to door.
This is good for when you take the kids trick-or-treating. I do not condone it, but here you go.
We're mixing up dark cocktails and mixing up accents, too. Beautiful.
Then we're going to top it. I love that my accent keeps changing.
Then the Magic 8 Ball says it's not too late for a last-minute Halloween costume. Okay, give him a shake. Costumes you can literally print yourself and head out the door.
Bye, witch.
Bye. Now he's ghosting us. And later, we take a look at dark academia style.
Okay, and people instantly think of Wednesday Addams, but it goes so much more than that.
Style's so good, it's gonna make you want to quit your job. It makes me want to bring a briefcase to work.
Doesn't look
What can I do for a living to bring that to work? Crystal Ball helps summon the experts to join us today and bring them to the dark side of Cityline. Calling Leigh-Ann Allaire Perrault. Black Cat Tracy Peart. Spider Julia Grieve. And Warlock Christian Dare. To join the dark side, everyone! All right, everyone, I will stay with Warlock. You be gone. Warlock?
Yes, I'm here.
Don't you dare move. You've got a roundup of dark cocktails to kick off the show. Welcome, Christian Dare, everyone!
Hello, Miss Moore.
What is your first ghoulish drink for us?
Well, I thought I'd make cocktails that were actually delicious.
Okay, I like that
And dark
idea.
for Halloween, not simply gory and disgusting to drink.
Very nice.
So I've got 4 cocktails for you.
Yeah?
All inspired by my ex-wives.
Oh, okay, what's number 1?
So the first one is it's inspired by my ex-wife, Cher.
Yes.
I taught her how to turn back time. All she gave me was a prenup.
Okay.
It's called the Dark and Stormy.
Oh, it looks delicious.
Have you ever had a Dark and Stormy?
I've never had a dark and stormy.
So this one's very easy because you can build it in the glass. If you pass me this glass.
There you go, especially one created by a warlock.
Right.
Right? Do you need ice?
In honor of Cher.
In honor of Cher.
Yes, ice, please. I made some brain ice for you.
Oh, that is so cool. All right.
So you can build it right in the glass, which is easy. Give me
You want
another
more?
one, please.
There you go.
The secret is 2 ice means it melts slower.
Okay, more ice
So
the better.
first, in a dark and stormy, you're gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lemon juice.
Beautiful.
Lime juice.
Lime.
Sorry.
What do
And
we
then
have here?
2 ounces of rum.
Ooh, yeah.
This is an aged rum, Diplomatico. It's delicious.
It's a good one.
I would
Very
say
good.
use some good rum. And you can see as you pour it in, you start to get layers, which is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Then we're going to top it. I love that my accent keeps changing.
So
with some
do I.
ginger beer.
It's so good. It's so
So if you pour it
consistent.
over the spoon,
Yeah.
it keeps your layers separated if you go slowly, so you'll get layers.
Sorry.
It's all about slow
that's
sometimes.
so cool.
Right? So you get the different
Yeah.
layers.
Okay, I'm trying.
That works.
Whatever, it's good enough.
You're fast. Oh, my accent, I'm sorry. And then you will garnish it with some lime.
Do we have any cut?
Oh, I did earlier. It went right there.
Oh,
you know the
okay.
warlock. Here,
Well,
I can
just
cut some
put
right
it
now.
right here.
Ta-da!
Yeah. Oh, delicious.
Try it.
Okay.
Do you enjoy a little dark and stormy?
Oh, it's very good, Warlock.
very good.
Love it.
Aged rum is always the trick.
It's very, very good, that rum. Okay, next up, we're crushing on velvet.
We're crushing on velvet.
Just like a little bit of this.
A little bit of this.
Right?
Now, I have to admit, this warlock costume is very warm,
Yeah, I bet.
but I'm wearing the hood to hide the dark side of purple shampoo. Do you know there's a dark side?
Yes.
So you know I'm normally very blonde, but
Oh!
if you leave it on too long,
This is what happens.
this is what happens.
It's a good look for you.
Somehow I look like Harry Styles.
Yeah, but like a little lavender version.
A
It's
lavender.
So good.
So don't leave that purple shampoo on too long.
You got it. How do we make our velvety crush?
So we're making it with Guinness. Are you a fan of beer?
You know.
You can say no.
Okay, no.
So I don't love Guinness on its own.
Yeah.
As my accent constantly changes.
Yeah.
But it is nice and tasty and it's herbal.
It's actually, well, this is going to sound weird. It's good for you.
It is good for you.
Guinness, that was like a breastfeeding beer
I think
that
there's
I had.
iron in
That's
here.
when there's some
Iron.
nutrients in that beer. So you go ahead
I'm
and
a pirate. Iron.
your accent's really going for it, man. Wow.
This is Halloween. So the trick with this is it's literally black velvet. It's easy. It's regular Guinness and Prosecco.
Oh, nice.
How could you go wrong?
See, I do like I like some Prosecco.
Do you know the trick to opening Prosecco?
No, show me.
I don't know
Don't take
either.
my eye out. Okay. Let's go!
Opa! Technically, if you twist the cork and not the bottle.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it.
Okay, beautiful.
Then you top it up with Prosecco.
Nice, Warlock. That is looking so good.
Are you
Is there
ready to try
anything
it?
else on this?
Oh,
You don't need anything else.
You don't need anything else. If you want to be extra fancy,
Yeah.
you can actually rim it with black salt, and then, this is the extra secret.
Right.
Maraschino cherries. Now, I always tell people, with
This is
good
really
cocktails,
good.
you want to spend money
Okay.
at home.
All right.
So opt for the good maraschino cherries.
They look black.
See how these are not bright red?
Yeah.
They're delicious.
Okay, all right.
So that is your black velvet.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that tastes delicious. Thank you so much for that. What have we got next?
Next, we are doing one inspired by my fourth wife,
Okay.
Anastasia Beaverhausen.
Oh.
From the Royal House of Beavers.
Okay.
So do you know what this one is called?
No.
The Black Russian. Because she was also a spy and Russian.
Okay, all right.
Very
Well,
complicated
how do we
here.
start this one?
So this one you can make actually in a mixing glass, so I'm going to need some more ice.
You want some ice?
I need
okay.
some more skulls, some
Here
brains.
we go. Lots of brains
Lots
for
of
you.
brains.
Do you want me to fill this sucker
Fill it up. The
All
more
right.
ice you put in it, all the people think more ice waters it down, the more
Yes.
ice keeps it colder. Because the
Okay.
cubes keep each other colder, so it doesn't melt as fast. I
Oh,
think that's
see,
enough. I
that's
need
too
to stir.
much?
That's too much. I still need to stir it. Though.
Okay.
So,
Got it.
Black Russian classic drink in honor of Anastasia Beaverhausen.
That's right.
You're gonna do 2 ounces of vodka,
Yeah.
1 ounce of Kahlua, which is basically
it's getting
coffee
good.
liqueur.
Yeah. Very nice.
That's it.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, until I've got a trick for you. So you're gonna stir,
Cool it
stir,
down.
stir, cool it down, cool it down.
Nice.
If you give me a fresh brain in there,
Yep.
always use fresh ice.
Always use fresh brains.
Always use fresh brains.
There you go.
You are gonna strain it in here.
Your bartending game is strong, Christian.
Well, I mean, you only bring me out once a year for cocktails at Halloween, but
Yeah.
I
But
keep in
you've
practice
learned.
at home.
Yeah, very good.
So then to make it extra special, we're gonna make it a smoked Black Russian.
Let's do it.
Because she smoked far too many cigarettes,
Anastasia was a big smoker.
She
Yes,
was a
she
big
was.
smoker. So with the smoker, you're gonna light this guy.
You ever used one of these before?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Amazing. So you just light it.
You just
and
light
then
it.
whatever's in there goes through the tube. Oh, and
See,
it
and we
starts
start to
to
smoke.
That's
Very
so cool.
dramatic.
That's awesome.
This is what living with Anastasia was like.
Yeah.
Look at that smoke.
That's beautiful. Very nice.
I don't know how you turn off Anastasia.
Yeah.
But so to give you a nice smoky flavor,
Very nice.
Black Russian for you.
Thank you.
I promise I'm not trying to get you drunk.
It's working though.
I think Anastasia's turned off.
That is very boozy.
Very
It's
boozy.
delicious.
Ooh.
Okay.
Last
Next
but
up.
not least,
Yes. This
are
is
you
very
feeling
eerie.
dark and flirty?
I am.
Is it my hair?
It is. It is.
So our last one is called Dark and Flirty.
Okay.
Fill me up with some ice. This
You're
one is
putting
nice
brains
and
in the
tight.
skull.
More brains, more brains.
Yep.
Oh, and a skull.
Yeah.
Getting kinky on me.
More?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're
so this
welcome.
one is flirty and fruity. You know I like everything
Nice.
fruity.
Yeah, I need something light.
So
After
first,
that
we're going
last
to put
drink.
in some blackberry gin.
Ooh.
So it's called Bombay Bramble, 2 ounces of Bombay Bramble.
All right, slap them all together.
I don't
We're
know
running
how
out of
you
time.
work with these
Warlock!
sleeves.
Yeah. I'll hold this.
Creme
you
de
do
cassis.
that. What else do you
and
need?
then this is the secret. Have you ever had what the Fanta?
No. No, I've never
So
seen
it's a
that before
secret
in my
Fanta
life.
for Halloween,
Okay.
and it is black.
That is not Fanta. Oh, that is what the Fanta?
How is the Fanta more impressive than the smoke, guys?
I don't know. There's something about it. I've never seen it before.
And then we'll cap it up.
Okay.
This is good for when you take the kids trick-or-treating. I do not condone it, but here you go.
do what
Try
you gotta
the
do,
Fanta. What
parents.
flavor do you think Fanta is?
It's fruity.
It's fruity.
It's fruity. Thank you, Christian. I mean, Warlock. We'll be back with more from the dark side. Coming up, all you need is a printer for these last-minute costume ideas.
Last-minute Halloween costume, click.
Love that. I'm taking
Easy,
this.
right?
Welcome back. Today is Halloween. If you don't have a costume, you're in trouble. Just joking. We've got costumes that you can make right now today. Leigh-Ann Allaire Perrault joins us. She's so creative. She is helping you out today. So you say all we need is a printer at home?
A printer, or if you're watching the show at the office, off to the side of your desk, just hit print and you can walk home with a costume that's ready to go for tonight.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this makes me very skeptical. I want to see what you've come up with that you can literally print out of a printer and wear tonight for Halloween. So let's bring out Christian for our first costume, shall we?
Christian is our first
Come on in
model.
here. You look different.
Get a little hair fix.
Okay, nice.
So for Christian, all you really need for this costume is black. So we've checked the box there. Now I've gone onto my home printer and I printed the number 8. And if you can guess where this is going, I've also printed some triangles with some little sayings because Christian is going to become my magic 8-ball.
Oh.
Now, you can just cut these out and a safety pin on the front and maybe stick your message on the back. Or if you want to get a little extra crafty, I used some Bristol board and I made a little flip book necklace for Christian to wear out for Halloween. So now, Tracy, if you want to ask our 8-ball, magic 8-ball, a yes or no question.
Will I win the lottery?
Okay, give him a shake. And now Christian can flip through the book and find an answer.
Come on.
There you go.
No, keep going. Keep going. It is decidedly so.
So really fun and interactive. As you're going, a great conversation starter. You can go up to people and say, hey, ask me a question, and then give them their fortune.
You see that cool person at the party that you really want to talk to and you don't have an icebreaker? That's the costume.
That's it. Oh, there we go.
Shake me up and get an answer from it, right?
Okay, so the next one, I know I promised you printer costumes, but if you want to dig into your closet and find a few extra props, this one helps if you have an old sheet that you want to cut some traditional ghost eye holes, or if you maybe have some gauze from last week's Cityline project, like I did. You can throw this over your head.
Most of us have a sheet at home.
Right? Let's try this again. There we go. He's too tall for me.
Okay.
There we go. So we're gonna start with a little ghost vibe happening. If you just want to wear all white for this too, or a white t-shirt, that works also.
Did I just come from the plastic surgery clinic?
Right. Full body.
Like full body?
Full body.
We've got a little cool ghost situation happening. I then went onto my computer and printed out some text bubbles. But if you want to read the sequence of the text bubbles, I put them onto my little cardboard smartphone. And this is, I'll see you tonight. How about 8 o'clock? Are you okay? Hello? Hello? You've been ghosted.
Oh, snap.
Oh, no.
You've been ghosted.
Bye, witch.
Bye.
Now he's ghosting us.
That was so clever. Okay, our next costume. Come on in here, Julia Grieve.
So, Jules.
Yes.
Now, I love Jules. We all love Jules so very much, but I particularly love Jules when I text her late at night saying, can you send me 2 or 3 cute selfies? And I got a full camera roll of poses. And they were all so flippin' adorable.
They're so good.
And all I did was printed some out. I scaled them kind of to what would be life size of her head. Printed them, again, just on 8.5 by 11 printer paper. Used a little bit of foam core. Or you can use Bristol board, and actually, Jules, if you turn around, you can see kind of how I've rigged this. I just used some paint stir sticks for some stability, and some extra cardboard, and then just some string around her head, and now she is a photo roll.
I gotta give it up.
Straight
This one is so good.
So fun.
Striking those
So fun.
selfies all night long.
Yes.
So this is perfect for the selfie taker.
Super easy. You can do it tonight. Go out there. Everyone's going to be impressed. As a matter of fact, some people, this might be better than costumes that people have been preparing for weeks and weeks, right?
It's so true.
It's
Honestly,
so great.
very quick to do.
Jules, thank you. Take your beautiful photo roll face out of here. Very nice. So
my next costume
yes,
is for the person who hates dressing up in costumes.
I think I know who should do this one. Tracy Peart, come on out.
Yes.
She can't stand it. She hates it. Like the nose and the whiskers on her right now was a stretch.
Right. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
But this is the costume for the person who just wants to be wearing their everyday street clothes, but feel like they're partaking in Halloween without having to dress up.
Not the tricks.
Yes. Okay, so the first treat we're going to give her is a wooden spoon.
Okay.
Taped to a piece of cardboard, and then a little piece of black Bristol board. So she can hold that.
Okay.
And then hit print on your computer, and we are going to make a little sign that she can walk around with. Right?
You're on strike. So
She's
you're in
fully clothed and on strike.
You're in your work clothing at a party. You can have all the fun and not dress up.
Pick it from house to house and get that candy, baby.
This works for me.
Okay, so we're gonna take this one away. And when I was online looking up last-minute Halloween costumes, a thought occurred.
Okay.
What if the actual search was the costume? And instead of Google, it was Boogle. And we did, you're good, you're good. And literally, she becomes the search for her own costume.
Very cute.
So for a last-minute Halloween costume, click.
Love that.
I'm taking
Easy,
this.
right?
It's yours.
I'm taking this.
Just wear that tonight and you're set. Thank you so much, Tracy.
Thank you.
Perfect. Like, you couldn't have gotten a better one for her. Okay, let's look at the last costume.
Last but not least, we have April. Come on in, April.
Here, Apes, one of our producers.
So,
Love it.
to set the tone for this costume, we've got business on the top, party on the bottom.
It actually works for you.
It totally works.
Looks good.
And quite honestly, this costume might be a true nightmare for most people.
Triggering?
Triggering, keeps you up, gives you sweats at night.
Oh, boy.
You don't want to get out of bed in the morning because this is when you are attending a Zoom call. We have a virtual Zoom call for April.
No!
She's already on the top, she's cuffs on the bottom, but this is where you can also have some fun. I've printed out, we're waiting for guests to join the Zoom meeting, but we're waiting for Frank Enstein, Deb Aldegs, Freddy Krueger. There's a whole bunch of fun members joining our Zoom. And I just wanted to point out that all of these little icons I found with just free clip art online.
Oh my gosh.
So this is easy to click, print,
meeting.
and tape.
End. Please, immediately end that meeting.
And you can see, April, she's on mute. Sorry, she's on mute. She's trying to tell us how great the costume is.
We can't hear you. You're on mute. Oh, these are the words of nightmares for sure. LA, you are so brilliant. Thank you so much for that. Let's go to break. Very well done. We'll be right back for our Halloween special. Yeah, you're on mute. Coming up, stylist Julia Grieve has the viral fall trend giving preppy style a spooky twist. This is a good one.
Okay, so Tracy, I went out on a limb on this one, okay? I went a little crazy.
Welcome back to the dark side. So we are going preppy, gothic, and mysterious, and this style actually has a name, Dark Academia. No one better for this than Julia Grieve. She has a whole explanation for us. But I'm already intrigued. Like, when you think dark academia, I feel like I can see a few images in my mind.
Yes.
Take us through what it's all about.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to say right off the bat, it is not necessarily just all about fashion. It's a bit of a lifestyle. Okay, and people instantly think of Wednesday Addams from the Addams Family, right?
Yes.
Great. She's totally got it going on.
Yeah.
But it goes so much more than that. Okay, it's really inspired by the, romance of academics of like the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. Ooh. So you've got this sort of throwback idea. Awesome. Now, Trace, it gets confused a lot.
Yes.
Easily do with goth and gothcore. Love it. Got nothing wrong with the gothcore. But that's all about like rebellion and like, you know, punk and that kind of vibe. Whereas the dark academia, no, it's got really, there is some rebellion in it. For sure. I'm not gonna lie, 'cause that's what makes it so fun. But it really is about that desire and respect for the institution of learning. And wanting to, so I was trying to explain this to my husband this morning.
No, that makes sense to me.
And Doug's like, I don't really get it. I'm like, okay, here we go. Let's just sum it up, okay? The film, Dead Poets Society. That is dark academia on a nutshell. So you see what I mean by it's not necessarily just about fashion. Because you think of like that, you know, the prep school, the boys, all of that, and then the professor that's pushing them to learn outside the box.
Okay, disruptive, but still elitist academia. You got both coming together. And the look is strong. So I want to see your first look. We've got Jade coming out now. Let's take a look at dark academia. Yes. She's so preppy.
Right? Okay, so this is really the whole look, like, perfectly. I nailed it, just so you want to know I nailed it. I nailed it here. But what it really is that sort of ode to a uniform, okay? Notice right off the bat, though, none of the out pieces are black.
That's true.
Right? So we've got, because it's not always about black, it's about the grays, the navies, the white, the beiges, all of that palette together. And it also is quite about fabrications and very nice fabrics. So Jade's got that dress shirt that feels like a uniform, crisp white, paired with the vest that's got the cable knit, really preppy navy, I love. But the best part is that skirt. So that pleated skirt feels like it could be part of a uniform. And just so you know, Jade is wearing it very academic style, where it is rolled up once or twice.
You know that's the way you gotta do it.
If any girl has to wear a kilt to school, as soon as the teacher passes, 1, 2, 3, shorten it right away, right? So that's, you know, really fun with it. And then I love that I paired it with the boots so that it was, you know, like almost like a uniform infraction.
Oh, I love it.
Do you like that?
She's gonna get in trouble for those boots.
You betcha.
So it's a little bit of hit me, baby, one more time, like Britney Spears in a school
That's it. That's it. There we go. There we go.
Okay,
That's
thank you so much. That looks fantastic on you. Thank you. Okay, our next look, we have Yuko, a little bit more elevated. Let's see what she's wearing.
So
this is lovely.
So beautiful. So it's not always about...
This is beautiful.
Thank you. It's not always about the schoolgirl look, right? It's also sort of taking it up a little bit. It's not just about Gen Zs all over, you know, doing all that. So what I love about this look is the blazer. The blazer is the key part of it, which again, in that plaid, so kind of like a uniform, but not on the skirt, but on the plaid, sort of sophisticated, totally sophisticated. Love it. And then I paired it with a midi dress in navy and then put the blouse under the dress.
Very romantic.
Love it. Very romantic, right? But this doesn't mean she has to be, you know, lecturing or, you know what I mean? She can be going really anywhere. You could put a boot with this and it would still have that vibe. It would be really, really great.
It is a good look. That's a solid look. I love it.
I love it. Absolutely.
Yuko, thank you so much. That's fantastic on you. All right, our third look is Tristan. So come on out, Tristan. Let's see what she is rocking in the dark academia files.
So good.
This is a good one.
Okay, so Tracy, went out on a limb on this one, okay? I went a little crazy because you typically do not think of dark academia as an evening look or a nighttime look, right?
That's true.
But you can pull it together. This dress just about died when I found it at Winners, and I adore the fact that the cape is built into it. Okay, so that has that sort of elegant vibe, sort of retro for sure, a bit of a 70s vibe. Okay, hold with me here. I was sort of channeling, you know, Sherlock Holmes. Okay. I know, it doesn't look like Sherlock Holmes, but think of that academia feeling with it. So it completely works, and then we put it with a loafer, the shoe, to really tie in that academia style with a little lace on her socks. And then the part that I love the most, Tracy, which I think is so fun, is if you're noticing Tristan's necklace, she's got a ring on a chain.
She's going steady.
Exactly.
She has a partner.
Exactly. So that sort of
spoken
50s,
for.
Yeah, exactly. That 50s idea pulled into this whole modern day look is really how you can have fun with the academia fashion.
I love the loafers and the little socks. That is so on point. That is so now, and that screams dark academia. You nailed it. Every single look. Thank you so much, Tristan.
Thanks.
So good. Last but not least, we've got Nicole coming out. Nicole, come on out. Oh, yes.
I love it. You know, okay, this look, I just wanted to put this all together to sum it all up. Dark academia by no ways is any type of a costume. It doesn't have to be a costume.
It's fashion.
It should be really fun. So paired Nicole with pieces that would already probably be in your wardrobe, but styled this way means you're nailing that look. So the cardigans from Pre-Love, that shawl cardigan or Miss Ellie, very professor-esque.
Yes.
We've got the color in the vest, the dress shirt underneath it, which is great. Nice little casual pants, sock with the Mary Jane, that pulls off that academia look.
Yes.
And I got her a really nice matte briefcase. Off she goes to work.
Good.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, that's. It makes me want to bring a briefcase to work.
Look
What can I do for a living to bring that to work?
Exactly.
That's
very
so good.
academia-ish, right?
Yes.
So
every single one hits. Yeah, you really, really nailed it. It's about the disruption of academia, but it is a very strong fashion look. It is not a costume.
Yes.
Jules, thank you so much. So amazing. Let's go to break. We got more coming up. Stay with us. It's the coming up when it comes to smoky eye makeup. Tracy Peart has all the do's and a big don't.
No, don't do that. I see people doing that all the time in public, and I want to be like, don't do that. Just like zigzag.
We hear about it all the time, smoky eye makeup. It sounds like a simple technique, but it can be pretty difficult to get just right. And that's why we have Tracy Peart here, because she knows what she's doing. Okay, you're gonna show us exactly how to do the perfect smoky eye. So is there such a thing as too much smoke? And this is our model, Erica.
There is such a thing as too much smoke. But listen, I don't like to have like hard and fast rules.
Okay.
Makeup is supposed to be fun. It's an art, so have fun. Do what you want. But there are some guidelines that can kind of help you along.
Good.
Okay? All right. So when you think of a classic smoky eye, you think of black, right?
Yes.
You just think of black. But whether it's black or it's another color, that same exact color are going to look very different on different skin tones, right? So you just got to adjust the intensity if you want to get the best results.
Okay.
So on someone with lighter skin, you can go black. Again, you don't have to, we don't have rules, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't want something, like black on lighter skin can get real gothic really quickly.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, if it's Halloween and you're going for gothic, that's fine, right? But if you're going to maybe doing an everyday look, you can go for an alternative like a gray color or a brown to get a smoky look, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you how to do what I did on her one eye here.
Very
so here
nice.
I'm using this NYX Ultimate Warm Neutrals. I'm using this brown down here, and these two, a mix of these two.
So Erica, I'm gonna get you to look just straight into that camera there, and then you can see one side's done, and you can go for it, T.
So you want to use a fluffy brush like this. The fluffier the brush, the better, because fluffier brushes deposit less color.
Okay.
Right? So you want to start really soft and just lightly go back and forth like what I'm doing here. That's all you want to do. You don't want to pack a lot of color in, because then you got to take it off.
Start
and the
slow.
lighter you are, the more you see it.
Got it.
Right?
Yeah.
So you just want to start just nice and fluffy. And if you have a tissue or sometimes the back of your hand, get rid of any excess.
Okay.
So you just nice like this. And you always want it to be a little bit darker at the base of your lashes, and then smoke your way up. That's why it's called the smoky eye.
So you mean like, is it the blending that makes it smoky, or is it a gradation of color?
It's a gradation. So as
Okay.
it gets up higher, it gets lighter and lighter, but you want to always concentrate the darkest. So when you first put the brush on the eye, you want to do it right there at the base, and then work your way up. So if you can just take a look up too. So I'm just going to smoke it underneath there as well.
Nice.
So that's just going to give her that smoky effect. It doesn't have to be black.
Yeah.
It can be gray, it can be navy, it can be brown, as well as an eye is just not complete until you are doing mascara, right? It really isn't. Don't go out of the house without mascara on. If you're gonna do eyeshadow, make sure you do mascara. This one's one of my favorites. This one's from Monat. It is the IR a clinical mascara.
Okay.
Love this one. This is a part of their new makeup and skincare line that they just launched it. It really instantly lengthens and it volumizes the eyes, the lashes, so it gives you like full lash look. And if you notice, I am zigzagging like this. Zigzagging. Don't blink like this. People go like this.
That's exactly what I do.
And they blink into it.
Yeah.
Don't do that. It doesn't hit every lash doing that.
It's just my eye does it. I'm not in control.
No, don't do that. I see people doing that all the time in public, and I want to be like, don't do that. Just like zigzag. So you always want to zigzag just like this. That's how you hit every single lash.
Nice.
And this mascara has caffeine in it too, so it really helps wake up the lashes
Pour
as well.
that in a cup for me. I need some.
It has the same
Caffeine
effect
in
on
the
the lashes.
lashes?
It wakes you up as when you're drinking it, right?
Jeez,
Wakes it up.
okay, I never
So
heard
there
of
you
that.
go. And
Very nice.
And a nice little tip for mascara as well.
Lovely.
People are probably wondering, like, why it always turns out clumpy, clumpy, clumpy? The reason it turns out clumpy is because you're not allowing it to dry. So what you want to do, think of when you're painting a wall or painting your nails. If you go in with the second coat too quick, what happens? It gets mucky. That's exactly what's happening with your mascara. Give it 2-3 minutes, move on to something else, go back, and then do a second coat. No clumps.
Thank you, Erica. Just be careful getting off. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, let's bring in Samantha, our next model. Come on in and have a seat. I'll just hold this for you. And what did you do here? Samantha, I'm gonna get you to look in that camera right there so we can see half your face that T did before. Ooh, very nice.
Okay, so with Samantha, darker skin, again, adjusting the intensity, I can go a little bit darker.
Right.
Because if we were to do what I did on Erica, it wouldn't show up on darker skin. So you have to go a little bit darker. So I have these NYX Jumbo eye pencils. What I love about these is that you can just color it on. You don't have to be...
it's eyeshadow, T?
Yeah, it's eyeshadow. You don't have to be specific.
Yeah.
Just throw it on there, and then what you're gonna do is you're going to smoke it up with your makeup brush. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your makeup brush.
This is the part I find hard.
Yeah.
So
then you just blend it up like this, always upwards. Don't go back and forth when you just do what I did. Like when you just put the color on like that, now you want to just blend it upwards like this.
Okay.
And you always make sure, again, the rule is the same. The darkest part is at the base of the lash. And you just work your way up like this. And this is what I love about this pencil because you can just move it around.
Oh, that's cool.
You just move it around like this and eventually see how I'm fading it out as it gets higher and higher.
Right.
And then you can just keep working the intensity, keep working and doing more and doing more and doing more.
That's lovely.
So it's really, really pretty. And so here's the thing.
Yeah.
On darker skin as well, sometimes what could happen is because there's not a lot of contrast, it can end up looking dull, right? Like a dark eye on darker skin. So sometimes what I like to do is I like to add just a little bit of razzle dazzle.
Okay.
By like putting just like, maybe just use your ring finger and just do a little razzle dazzle.
Is it a little
right
silver?
There. Yeah, just right there in the center.
Oh, that's nice.
Just like that.
To pop it a bit.
Give it a little pop.
Okay.
Because sometimes it could just look dull.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you don't want
give
it
it
to
a little
flat.
pop.
Nice.
And so I also applied a lash.
Yeah.
Now we can do this live. This will be fun.
You're just fine. You're just fine. If anyone's tried to put lashes on yourself or another person, it takes me more than one try.
Yeah.
It's like it's a lucky day when I get that sucker on right away.
Right, and always know the first one's going to be the one that works out. The second one you get confident. You're going to get a sense of confidence. You're like, I got it. And the second one, it's not going to work out.
Yeah, the second one's like, no, you don't.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Not me.
So a tip with when you're applying it on yourself is you want to hold a mirror underneath your face because that way your eyes will go downward. You have access to get into the eyes. Don't do it on a mirror straight ahead like that because your eyes will be wide open. You can't access your base of your lashes.
Okay. All right.
So
you got 30 seconds, not to make it you nervous or anything.
Right. So just
you got this.
Apply it like this. Oops. There you go. We're just gonna.
So you can do it. You can do it either way, but all the makeup artists I know use tweezers to do it. I usually just use my fingers.
My fingers are way too fat to just do this.
The tweezers help you for precision, right?
They really do help you with precision.
I wish they helped me more. I can't really navigate too well with them. Oh my gosh, you're doing it, T.
Well, it's not dry yet. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You ever see us blowing on the lashes? It's because we're trying to get it to be sticky.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look at it. That's good. Very nice. T, you did it. Beautiful. 2 ways to do Smokey. Let's go to break. More coming up. Stay with us. That's beautiful. So nice. Coming up, LA is back to help us conquer our fears of using dark colors in our decor.
I'm here to tell you not to be fearful of the dark side.
Welcome back to Cityline's Halloween special. We are taking you to the dark side for our show today. So who says you can't paint your entire house in the darkest colors you can find. Ooh, I'd be scared to do that, but Leigh-Ann Allaire Perrault says, go for it.
Go for it.
You're here to tell us that we might be making some mistakes when it comes to our use of dark paint. And we're making a lot of mistakes?
Well, okay, so I wouldn't necessarily classify them as mistakes.
Okay.
I would say that most people opt not to paint with dark colors because they have a fear of doing so. Yeah. Because they fundamentally don't understand the color theory and how to introduce dark colors into your space. Right. And there are a lot of myths out there, which some of them we're gonna bust today. Yeah. But I'm here to tell you not to be fearful of the dark side, and actually introducing darker colors into your space might do the opposite of what you're afraid of. It might actually be a good thing in your space.
So we need you to go put on one of those dark academia vests, because you're like in Professor LA mode right now, color theorist.
Right?
So let's do the first myth.
Okay.
The first myth, dark colors are used best in large open spaces because they make a room look smaller.
What do you think?
I think that
Oh, there's lots of nods in the audience.
True?
That it makes the room look smaller?
Yeah.
Well, I'm here as Professor Raven to tell you that dark colors can actually make a room look larger. Because you think about dark colors, they recede away from you. So in a small space that has a very defined perimeter, when you put a light color, you're going to notice the footprint of it being smaller, such as maybe a powder room, something that's very small.
Right.
You add a dark color into that space, all of a sudden the walls recede away, the corners become shadows, you have no clear definition, and then anything you layer into the space that's a lighter color, that's what advances towards you and grabs your attention, and you're no longer noticing the size of the space.
Oh, so it almost disappears.
It disappears away.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. All right, I love that. True or false, dark colors on a ceiling can make it appear higher. Dark colors on a ceiling, I would say that that is false. I feel like it's going to make it look...
a lot of a lot of people agreeing with you in the audience.
False.
True.
What?
Okay, here's all I need to say. Think of the night sky. Right? As I'm a raven flying around in the sky.
That looks big.
It's infinite.
Yeah.
So when you actually add a dark color onto a ceiling, it gives this infinite feeling to the space, because here's a little color theory. Dark colors absorb all light, and we see in this bedroom how there's no reflection. You don't notice the ceiling first, you're noticing the wall, everything that's light again advancing towards you. The ceiling just melts away and has that infinity feeling to it. You wanna know my favorite place to paint a dark ceiling?
Where?
This is gonna be controversial, I know.
Where?
I've done this once for a project and adored it. In a basement with low ceilings.
What?
Right? And a lot of people would think, why would you do that? It's already low and it's gonna feel cavernous. And again, it just feels so open. And what it actually does is draws your attention to eye level. You're not noticing reflection of light off the ceiling. Everything's at eye level, and it brings your eye down, so you're not noticing the height.
That's pretty cool.
It's
I would not
trick.
think that in a million years.
Yes.
Here's another one. Painting your trim the same dark color as your walls can make the room look taller. I think that that's true.
That is true.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely true. Because what can happen, and I've got an example here, we've got a couple of dark colors, when you put a light baseboard against it, all of a sudden your wall now visually ends where that baseboard starts.
Yeah.
Versus introducing a dark trim, and now it extends all the way down. Think about it like an outfit. If you want to look a little slimmer, you're gonna wear all black, but imagine putting a white belt on that. You're gonna draw all of the attention, so you're cutting your room in half. Same thing with, as the same thing in fashion applies with your trim. If you wanna look long, lean, and extended, you wear all black, you put on the black dress, the black tights, the black shoes, and you look nice and tall. So put on your black high heel shoes in your room and paint your baseboards that same dark color. Bring it right down.
Very nice. Oh, do you paint in your high heels?
I always.
Always.
You don't?
We just want to see some video of that, actually.
High heels and a raven costume. I never thought I would be on Cityline painting in a raven costume, but here we are.
It was going to happen eventually.
Right?
It's been that many years. Okay, here's the next one. Dark paint colors are harder to apply and require more coats. I go back and forth with my mom about this.
What do you think?
What do you think? You think no?
Yes? There's lots of yeses.
Some yeses, some nos.
Well, here's the thing. Technology and product innovation has come so far that you do need less coats than previous. But I just want to show you this and ask. We had the whiteboard, but I painted, this is actually one of my favorite dark moody colors called Stellar Navy by Color Spark. How many coats do you think it took me to build this color up?
Like 2 or 3. On top of this?
This was 1 coat coverage.
How do you know this?
1 coat.
What?
One coat coverage. And
Black
let me just
on white?
Right. So basically, this is a paint and primer in one. And again, I love me. Like, look at the coverage that you get with one coat. Now, you will always see when it's even if you're using a paint and primer, you will always see on the can read that the recommendation is 2 coats because you want to build up a film thickness that's going to be durable on the wall. But in terms of color coverage, 1 coat will do her.
Okay.
Yes.
So you gotta, that's pretty amazing to me. That does not work with blonde hair, does it? If you went in and said, I want raven black hair, it's not gonna be 1 coat.
Probably not. It would probably take a while, but this is where we talk about quality. When you get a good quality of product, like, don't get me wrong, there are paints out there where you can buy a less expensive paint and it will take you 5 coats.
Right.
And you're gonna spend more money and spend more time to do it. But again, investing in something like a paint primer in one that's a really good quality paint, still affordable and economical, 1 to 2 coats, saves you money because you're buying less paint and saves you so much time. So do not avoid dark colors because you're fearful of how hard the job is gonna be. It'll be very easy.
Okay, good stuff. Here's another one for you. Dark paint colors highlight imperfections on walls. Do dark paint colors highlight imperfections on walls? I think they do.
They actually don't because, again, dark colors absorb light, so you're gonna have less reflections off of all of the imperfections.
Okay.
But the asterisk to this conversation would be sheen.
Yes.
The sheen will really determine the true answer to this. This is charcoal black. And with this color, you have it on this side in eggshell and this color in a semi-gloss, and you can see a distinct difference. With the sheen, you're gonna notice every single little nail hole
fingerprint,
that you've, everything that you've touched up here versus the matte finish or an eggshell finish will not only absorb the light because of the color, but absorb because of there's lower sheen.
Well, look at you, Professor Raven. That was amazing. Thank you, LA. We're taking a short break. See you on the dark side. A big thank you to Party City, your one-stop shop for all things Halloween costumes and decor. Okay, we have enough time for one more question. And how old is too old to be trick-or-treating? Like, is there a limit on when someone comes to your house and they are of a certain age? Jules, how do you feel about it?
No, for me, it's not really about the age, it's about the attitude, right? So honestly, I don't really care if you're 2, 12, or 42. If your hand's driving in and grabbing and running, I'm gonna say something. But if you're like so polite, and if you're 42, I'm gonna pour your wine glass for you.
Yes.
Right? Like it's all about, it's not an age, it's an attitude for me.
We do walk around with roadies on our street, so that's lovely when you can get a little tipple to get you through the night. T, do you care about age? Ding dong, I'm 40. Or how about this? Ding dong, I'm 16.
That's a problem for me. I know a lot of people can get mad. I feel if there's teen in your age, like 13, you're a little probably too old. You should start packing it in. And if you're 16, like you're able to drive, and you're knocking on people's door asking for candy, I don't know. For me, it's a little too old.
Drive to the store and get your own candy.
Right, right.
How do you feel about when you go to a door and go back to when you were a kid, LA? You went to the door and they didn't give you candy. They gave you like a toothbrush.
Well, that's the house that you stock up on toilet paper later on. And no, I'm kidding.
No, or they give you school supplies. Like pencils, a little sharpener.
I'm not going to hate.
I would never.
I'm just never going to your house again. That's all. Like, there was a list, right? When I was a kid, there was the list of the house that gave that stuff out, and then a list of the house that gave out the full cans of pop and the full-size chocolate bars, and that's where we would beeline for.
Absolutely. Yeah, those were the good people. Toothbrush, come on now.
Come on.
We're all getting plaque tonight. It's okay. We all understand that. What about somebody that shows up at your house and they're not in costume? Christian, Warlock?
Oh,
Are they getting candy?
No costume?
Yeah.
I don't know. As someone who spends a lot of time in New Orleans, the rule is you must wear a costume at Halloween, even if it's just a mask.
Yes.
Even if it's just like a shadow of your former self you show up in, that's fine, as long as it's something.
No candy, no costume. That's the end. No costume, no candy. That's the end of our Cityline Halloween show. Have a